Hi, this is Trevor with Mosquito Nets USA, and today we're going to be talking about trimming your netting to fit your project. So what we're working with today is our heavy-duty black netting, our most popular netting, and I'm actually working on a custom project for a customer who has a cantilevered patio umbrella. We're going to be making a netted form that goes all the way around the umbrella, and the height from the ground to the point where we're going to attach it to his umbrella is 83 inches. Now what we have here is our 9-foot netting, so it's 108 inches from this side over here to this side over here. If I send it to him as 108 inches, he's going to have about 1.5 foot of netting laying on the ground. In some cases that's okay, but for him we only want to have about 3 to 6 inches of netting on the ground. So I need to trim it down from 108 inches to about 88 inches. And I'm going to show you a really easy way that you can trim your netting to fit your patio, your gazebo, your umbrella, whatever you're working with. So to get started, the first thing you want to do is lay the netting out completely flat as possible. In this case, we're using a driveway. And what I've done is I've measured from one side to the other. And as you can see, the width is 109 inches. That's just over the 9 feet that we sell this netting at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the point where I want to start. In this case, we want his netting to be 88 inches. So that's right here. And the really nice thing about this netting is it's very precise. We mill it very precisely. And what I can actually do is start the cut here and follow a single line. You can see the lines in the netting. I can follow this line all the way across the netting, the full 38 feet. And when I get to the other side, it should be exactly proportional to this side. So I'm going to make the cut now, and then I'll measure on the other side and you'll be able to see. Okay, so we have the netting set up. I'm about to make the cut. And I want to make one important distinction, which is that when you're making this sort of cut, you want to be at least 6 inches from the edge. If you cut within 6 inches, the cut might not be completely precise. But since we're cutting almost 1.5 feet from the edge, we're totally fine here. So I'm going to start the cut again at the point I want, which is 88 inches. There we go. Then I'm going to remove this tape measure. I don't need it anymore. And I'm just going to follow this line as precisely as I can. Now I'm going to start slow in the beginning, but as I'm in the middle, later on, I'm going to be going pretty quickly. And since these are fabric scissors, I can actually just let the scissors do the cutting for me. These scissors are very sharp. If you happen to deviate from the line, that's not a huge deal. You're not going to notice, but you just want to correct as you're going. So if you happen to cut over, maybe 2 lines, you just kind of want to come back as you're cutting. The more precise you are, the better, but you don't have to spend all day making sure your cut is perfect because in the end you're really unlikely to notice. Once you finish the cut, you can leave the netting just like this. This is a lock stitch knit, and that keeps it from fraying from the edge. So even though you're making a cut in this netting, it's not going to harm the netting long term. You'll also see that this edge and this edge are the same. So you can use either edge as the top, bottom, or side. Alright, so I have now completed the full cut. I started from right over there and followed that line all the way across, ending up here. And as you can see, it is exactly 88 inches. So it's a very precise cut, and it's very simple to do. I didn't have to measure once on the entire cut over. Now I do want to say that this cut can only be made in this direction. If you wanted to trim, let's say for example, 2 feet from the edge here, you'd actually wouldn't be able to do this method. You'd want to put a tape measure here, measure out 2 feet, here, measure out 2 feet, and here, measure out 2 feet, and then put a straight edge and cut with the straight edge. That is just because the netting might curve a little bit at the edge, and you might not get a perfectly straight cut the way that you do here. So if you receive your netting and you want to know how to make the most precise cut, you're always welcome to email us or call us. We'll tell you exactly what cut you can make with your net and the easiest way to make it. So again, thank you for checking us out. This is Trevor with Mosquito Nets USA, and have a wonderful day.